Our next honoree is a member of the hallowed class of 1958. Throughout his life, Richard Harries has been a builder. During his senior year, Richard led his classmates in raising money for an electronic scoreboard at the old Mott Field. And in fact, like good Stevens engineers, Richard and his friends dug a trench, ran cables, and installed the scoreboard themselves. After he graduated, Richard returned to Castle Point as the resident engineer. He led work on the 14-story Howe Center, which is the main administrative building on campus. He also helped build the Palmer and Davis residence halls. Richard gained more experience working for other building companies as well before starting his own, which completed more than 900 projects. Richard built skyscrapers, hospitals, and industrial parks throughout the Garden State. Though Richard has retired, he isn't quite done building. Remember us talking a little while ago about that new student residence towers and university center? Richard believes the project is so important, so transformational, that last year he made the largest bequest in Stevens history, one that will name the Richard F. Harries Tower. So let's pause to give that a round of applause. Now, the students living in the Harries Tower will have many reasons to be inspired by the Harries name. Richard had worked hard all of his life, from his childhood, helping his immigrant parents run their milk business, to his college days and throughout his career. His innate talent, combined with his effort, attention to detail, and of course, his Stevens education, have powered his success. With his wife, Carol, Richard has also been generous to many good causes. He's a man of earnest faith, guided by his favorite proverb, "Better is a man of noble standing who works for himself than one who plays the great man but lacks bread." Indeed, Richard is a man of noble standing, and his legacy will endure at his dear alma mater. Please turn your attention to the back corner here where I am pointing as we bestow Richard Frederick Harries with the Stevens Honor Award.
Good evening, fellow alumni and friends of Stevens. It all starts at a beginning, as we are all blessed with talent, skills, and creativity, and how we put them to use is just of our own choosing. But today, in the current world, we are experiencing a revolution of technical discovery and its application, going hand in hand with a dramatic political and social upheaval. I would guess if I was standing here 60 years ago, the foregoing observation would be quite similar based on the standards of those days. The current steep upward trajectory of Stevens is an example of how Stevens has recovered under the potent leadership of Dr. Frederick and sets the example of the power of hands-on management. This leads me back to my own education at Stevens that equipped me with the most advanced knowledge of that day and honed it to a very sharp edge. This, along with a very strong work ethic, made it possible to produce products of the very highest quality. Now, putting it all together, it resulted, as measured by a capitalistic yardstick, to be able to endow the Stevens the necessary funds for our new, truly transformative project. Today, our current student body, unknown to them as it was to me, bear the obligation and desire to keep Stevens as the forerunner in technology that our society demands, since only the very advanced mind can produce continuous stability to our society. Above all, I accept today the Stevens Honor Award for 2019 with the greatest humility and respect, and in close say, thank you, Stevens, for showing me the way that led to a very proven path for life. Thank you.
Congratulations.